Hello and welcome to the short Vort on Parshas Savo, Shishi. One of the benefits of going sequentially by the same part of the Parsha is sometimes you see from week to week that there's a repetition in exactly that portion, the Shishi portion in this case, of a topic that gets repeated. And this week, before we get to the main part of our thoughts today, I want to point out in Perek Chav Ches Pasuk Lamed, we have Isha kitareis, Isha acher yishkevena, bayis tibneh velo seishev bo, kerem sita velo techalenu. So if you remember, we talked about a person who, when going out to war, these people don't go out to war. If someone just was betrothed, who were afraid someone else will marry his wife, or if he built a new house and were afraid that someone else will live there, and he planted his crops and someone else will reap the crops. And last week also in Ki Tzetse, we also had about when a man betroths a man and then he doesn't like her and someone else comes, also Isha acher. So, 3 straight weeks in Shishi. I don't know what it means, but there probably is some secret meaning to it. But if we go a little bit further, as we're in the Parsha of the Klalos, there are 98 different Klalos, 98 different curses, and in Perek Chav Ches Pasuk Mem Vav, so it says, Tachas asher lo avadeta es Hashem Elokecha b'simcha v'tuv levav mirov kol. Because you did not serve Hashem with joy during the flush times, that is why these tochachas come about. So many Meforshim ask, just because we didn't serve Hashem with simcha, that's why we have all these punishments being warned and actually delivered to us. So I'd like to share a few different reasons, a few different thoughts, a few different perspectives, seen different sources. The Orach Chaim HaKadosh says that we're talking here about the joy is when comes from Mitzvos Aseh, a positive commandment, because that's where you might enjoy it, versus Los Aseh, you don't get any enjoyment out of it. So if he's not getting joy from the mitzvos, it means that he's not doing mitzvos at all, or the mitzvos aseh. If he's not doing the mitzvos aseh and he's only being careful of mitzvos los aseh, so he's only doing half the mitzvos, and therefore he deserves a punishment. Then there's Rabbeinu Bachaya, and he says that if you love doing something, then you're going to enjoy it. And whether it's a hobby or it's sports, it's something that you end up enjoying and you have simcha. And there's something lacking if you're finding that you're not having simchas from the mitzvah, from doing it right. There's a mashal about a person who he arrived at a hotel and he told the porter, "Look over there, that's my luggage. Bring it upstairs to my room." And when the guy came, he was all tired out, and he says, "Wow, that was heavy." And the guy says, "What? It was heavy? You didn't take my luggage." So when we look at, my luggage was light. So when we look at mitzvos, if we come out thinking in the approach that, oh, this is a burden and this is a yoke, then you're not doing the mitzvos properly. And that is something that has to be corrected. Perhaps one way to find, to get more simcha out of the mitzvah is to really change your perspective. If you think about it, if a king would tell you to do something, or the president, or the prime minister, someone who's very honored, then you consider it an honor for yourself to fulfill their requests. So when we're talking about the Melech Malchei Amlachim, then all the more so we should appreciate that we have this not just once a year, once a month, but every day, every moment we have different opportunity to do mitzvos, whether it's chesed, whether it's Torah, whether it's so many other mitzvos opportunities, but it's coming from Hashem. It's coming from a source that we should have pride that we are the ones who have this opportunity to do it. Also, we have to realize that it's only a limited time opportunity, and that we have to maximize it and enjoy the opportunity we have, because we're only on this world for 70 odd years, and this is how we get our reward. So if we look at it, we should look at mitzvos as an opportunity to serve Hashem, and therefore we should be doing it with simcha. May we have a simcha dika Shabbos, Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful week. And stay tuned until next week.